This cross back top is one of the easiest top you can draft patterns for. It is super easy to draft the patterns. Like in less than 10 minutes, you would have finished drafting patterns for this top. Now, are you ready to see how to draft patterns for this top? If you are, let's get right into it. Okay, good. So you will need your bodice block as usual. So this is the back side. We're going to start with the back side because the back side is more interesting. It has all the details here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do after you have traced out your bodice block, the back side, and mirror it like this, then you are going to modify the neckline. You see this neckline, we are just going to take off maybe 1 cm. Yes, so you take off 1 cm. Even on the back side, on the center back here, you take off 1 cm. And on this side, you're going to take off 1 cm. And then you're going to use your French curve to just connect it nicely together, like so. Okay? So we don't need this part at all. So I'm just going to chop it off. Now the next thing we're going to do would be for us to drop our armhole. So you're just going to drop your armhole, say about 1.5 cm. And when you dropped your armhole, you're going to connect this part to your neck tip here. So you're going to use your French curve to connect it very nicely. Okay, now the next thing would be for you to decide how wide you want your shoulder to be. We're going to ignore this dart because we don't need it. So determine how wide your shoulder is going to be. So from here to here, I'm going to be using about 7.5 cm. Okay, so now before we connect it, I'm going to place this on the plain sheet of paper. So you take your plain sheet of paper like so. So let me put it like this so that you can see it very well. So now you are going to determine how long you want it to be. So from this point here, you are just going to draw a line, a slanted line that will cross this your center back line a little bit. I hope you can see what I'm doing. Okay, okay, now the length of this line is about 30 cm. From here to here is about 30 cm. Now because the blouse or the top is very loose, we'll be ignoring this dart. We don't need this dart. And then we're going to add a little bit to the side seam so that it will be more freer, but it will still retain its shape. So I just added 1.5 cm here. From here to here, about 1.5 cm or 2 cm. And then you're going to connect this part nicely to the bottom part using your French curve. All right. So really, that's it for the back side. Like, are you kidding me? So we're going to trim off the excess paper. Can you see how easy it is to make patterns for this stuff? It's easy, right? Okay, I bet you like this tutorial. I'm sure you do. Please, if you do, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, right? And leave me a comment. Let me know what you think about this tutorial. Remember to also share my video tutorials as well. And if you're a returning subscriber watching this tutorial, thank you very much for your support. I really do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, so once you have done this like this, the next thing for you to do now is to duplicate this, make another piece. So I'm just going to write center back line. This line is very important. So I'm going to place this on another paper to make another pattern of it so that I can show you exactly how it looks. Okay, so you place it on the paper like this, and then we're going to trace out or cut out another one. Now before you cut it out or cut out the second piece, please mark where your center back is, your center back line, because that is going to be your straight grain. So it's important that you have it. Okay, so I'm going to just write center back. So when you place them together, make sure the center back line stays like this. You see? So you're going to have something like this. Easy peasy, right? And it looks really nice and neat. Okay? Just match the center line, center back line together like so. Okay? And then for this upper side, is going to have a piping. All right, so now let's do the front side. The front side is pretty easy as well too. Okay, so for the front side, again, you're going to modify your neckline. Take a little bit off. You took off 1 cm from the back side, so you take off 1 cm here as well, so that your pattern will balance. Now you can also reduce your neckline, say about 1 cm, and then you're going to use your French curve to connect these 2 points together. Like so. Okay, we don't need this other part, so I'm just going to trim it off. Now the next thing we're going to do would be for us to close this dart. We don't need our shoulder dart for this top, so we're just going to draw a straight line at the middle of our waist dart. Just drop it all the way down to the hemline. Okay, like so. And then we're going to cut this line all the way down to our dart tip here. Okay, and then you cut on one leg of your darts. And then you overlap to close it up. Okay, remember we also dropped the underarm about 1.5 cm. So for this one, you're also going to drop the underarm 1.5 cm. And then your shoulder, we use about 7.5 cm for the back shoulder. So here we also use the same thing, 7.5 cm. And then we connect it nicely together. Okay, so now we're going to trim off this part. We don't need this part. All right, and then we place a plain sheet of paper here. Okay, so now you're just going to redraw this hemline like so, and then trim off the excess paper. that's it. This is it for the front side. For this front part, you are going to cut 2 pieces. This is the center front. Oh, sorry, you're going to cut 1 piece on fold. So this part is going to be placed on the folded edge of our fabric. And if you feel that the lower part or the bottom part is a little bit too wide, you can take off a little bit from it like so. Okay, so you see this tutorial was very easy, right? I told you in less than 10 minutes you're going to finish drafting your patterns. I bet you like this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe if you have not already done so. Now let me know in the comment section whether this tutorial was simple enough for you to follow and if it is something that you would love to try at. Thank you so much for staying with me up to this time. I'm really very grateful. I'll see you again in my next class. Bye bye.